Hi there, thanks for joining me today. I have a little Sunnyside thrift haul. You wouldn't know it by the mess on my desk, but I thought, seeing as I've been missing in action all week, I'll clean up my desk with you, and then we'll have a little time together with a little thrift haul I did. Let me move these things up and out of the way. Plus, I haven't shared the books that I found last week on my outing with Nancy and Alice. And anyhow, you know what? I hate to say it. I had one of those weeks again where I think I recorded about 5 videos of the work that I've been doing in this book. I've been working, you can see, look how cute that turned out. I love that rusty paper clip with the rose and the sari silk and this. I mean, I've been working, but it was as if the YouTube gods were stacked against me, and all the things that I've been doing in here. I mean, look how cute this is. And it didn't work out. Look how cute this is. Like, I'm ready to, here's a genuine little Victorian scrap. They just, for various reasons, look how cute that is. Like, come on. Anyhow, I'm almost finished this journal, and then, I even put my little Sunnyside symbol down there. Things would happen, and I'd put it on pause, and then I'd forget to turn the pause back on again, or the dog started barking and needing out, and then I forgot to turn the camera back on again, or I'd recorded a whole one. When I did the faux, see, and now I can hear my husband just got home, so the dog's going to start barking again. When I created this faux Victorian card here, that with the lace around it, and it's 2 layers. I actually I have a vintage, an actual antique one like this. They used to make these. When I watched it later I always watch to make sure, oh my goodness, it's snowing outside. Huh? Well, there you go. It's almost December. Well, I guess by the time you see this, it will be December. It'll be December 1st. Anyhow, by the time when I was watching this, as I was making it up here, and you were watching my wrists work. Oh. Anyhow, so it just was not meant to be. And but I will do a thrift haul. But I am going to go deal with Sweetie Pie coming in the door. Cross your fingers that this works out, that I hit pause and then I come back again. Let's hope. All right. Success. I'm here. And I am in the picture. So let's come down just a bit. All right. So let's do book haul first from the thrift sale. Now, I believe Alice, did you find this one, Alice? It's called Roses. And then she said, here, you have it because I've got several copies. And it's got, look at these beautiful pictures. No wonder I wouldn't have known to grab this because there's a photo on there. See, it just shows you'd never presume. Because there's a photo on the cover, I assumed, oh, it's full of photos. And it's full of beautiful illustrations. Look at them all. Of roses. Just beautiful. And of course, Nancy said, oh yeah, I have that one. Now there is photos, but there's also the illustrations are just like, and these, so beautiful. There's Her Majesty. The Rose of England. England's rose. So nice. All of these things are all usable. Wow. That's pretty. So I was thrilled when she said, here, you take this. Thank you. Very, very, very nice. Let's see. What else? This is going to be new to me. I can't remember what I found. Oh, an introduction to Victorian style. So I like this. Someone else has already, I didn't do those. So the previous owner. So there's some, Rossi. That's William Morris's wife. Rossetti? Dante Rossetti, I think. It'll come to me. Speaking of William Morris himself, apparently William Morris was quite aware of the affair going on between her and, like, look at these. Aren't they great for fussy cutting and doing things with? Like, even though this corner has been nipped off in order for them to make a collage, it's still worthwhile to use because you can put it onto your page on an angle like that. Or I could just cut out that beautiful picture and use it. See what I mean? And this is completely usable. Same with this one. I can use that, even though it comes down a bit. I could curve it. So these are all, I just thought this was wonderful to, had many fussy cuttable, great pictures for, I love using these kinds of paintings for the covers of journals. When I have a plain journal that has nothing on the front. There's Kate Greenaway's artwork. She does those sweet little children. So there, yes, Dante Rossetti. So he's the one that was friends with William Morris, painted Morris's wife, frequently. It says paintings of women, for his allegorical paintings of women. Anyhow, that's her. She's in several of his paintings, and the two of them were an item, and apparently Morris knew about it. There's Prince Albert. There's Her Majesty there. See, that would be beautiful on a cover. And Morris apparently was so enthralled in his own artwork that he was happy that someone was keeping the wife happy. You know what? If it works, who am I to judge? So I liked that. The artwork in this is quite interesting and unusual, and I want to read more about it before I start cutting it up. A lot of fairy type creatures. Little cherub there. Isn't that beautiful? riding on the swallow. Little mouse with a little person on a leaf. Makes me want to know more. Look at that. That would be so beautiful on the cover of a book. Charles Robinson. Charles and William Heath Robinson. The fantastic paintings. So, these are loose. So I'm not sure whether the previous owner of this book was considering framing these. That's beautiful. I love that. Look at that hair smiling. They're slightly sticky. I have a feeling they were in a frame and then they were thoughtful enough to remove them from the frame and put them back in the book, maybe. What else? Oh, just a little version of A Christmas Carol, but the illustrations are very nice and quite, I can age them and I think still use them. It was worth a try. And then I had I had used up my Christmas trolls. And there was another one there. Nancy spotted it, and she actually said to me, "Did you see the Christmas trolls?" And I said, "No, is it still there?" And she said, "I think so." If you recall, I had 2 copies of this book at one point, and I made 2 journals with that magnificent reindeer on the cover. I kept one for myself, and I put one in my Etsy shop. And there's just beautiful, I've even used the little, they almost feel like Celtic knotwork. Like I love this little Christmas pudding riding on the back of a hedgehog. Just beautiful. So happy to get one of those again. This is one of those 3-dimensional books where it starts off there with a story about Bobby and Betty, and then it starts layering, and there's more of the story here, and then it starts layering, and there's more of the stories here, and talks about the marigolds. And then it talks about the zinnias. So I even thought these layers would make wonderful pockets. Like they could even make tuck spots because they're already cardstock. Asters. And petunias. Isn't that pretty? And that it's cardstock. I think I could find some interesting ways. Look at that. Even that itself is cute and could be used in a center folio in a signature. Wouldn't that make a really interesting tuck spot on both sides of a center folio? So happy to find this. Let's see what year it is, if they've got it. Hard to say because that's stapled on there. Oh, it lets you... Oh my goodness, there's more things in here. Well, I'm glad I opened it up. There's some bunnies. Oh, ducks, flower. All right, these are cute. I think there's more. Yep, I can feel them here. Kittens. Flowers, watering can. Those are cute. All right. I wish there was a year. There's no year. I might go online and see if I can find a year. I'm thinking 50s or 60s. 50s. That's what I'm guessing. I thought this was cute, the house mouse. Illustrated by Barbara Cooney. And even the cover is kind of cute. I'm not sure why it has that lump on it, but that would be easily remedied by using that place to put an eyelet to make a ribbon. I think that would just make a really cute cover and just expand the spine. You could probably even pop that spine open there and make it wide enough without even having to cut it open. And then it has some really cute little illustrations inside. Reminds me very much of Joan England. Kind of. Aren't they sweet? Oh, it's a little Christmas. Anyhow, so I liked that. These were all at my little book sale that sells the books for $1. $1 each. There weren't very many old ones, but I found an Italian dictionary. Not sure I will use the cover, but I like this part of the cover. I might tear it up and then glue it onto the cover. A short Italian dictionary, and then it's beautiful, and I love the rounded corners on the pages. That's just beautiful. What year? 1918. Nope, 1947. Ha ha ha. Never presume, Catherine. And then this one, Dr. Drummond's Complete Poems. I just liked it because it really looked chewed up and beaten up, and that's half the work right there. You don't have to make it look old and ugly. It already is. Now, isn't this cute? I would have to find a way to maybe even put this back over here as the end paper. The Poetical Works. I've never heard of him. William H. Drummond. What year? 1926. So not quite 100 years old. Looks like it was well loved. It looks like he wrote a lot of his poetry with the spelling in the way that whoever the narrator was, how they spoke. So those were the books from when Nancy and Alice and I went up to the book sale. Now I'm going to go get my thrifting things that I got the other day. Sweetie Pie had the day off, and we went to my other thrift stores. I was so sad to find out, and this shows you how long it's been since I've been out there, to the little town where I used to go when I would, on the days that I'd visit my mom, out when she was in a nursing home in Port Hope. And I would go to the next town over because they had really great thrift stores, and they still do, but my favorite one, turns out it burned to the ground. So it's gone, but they still had a tiny little, they also owned a store right beside the big main thrift store, and that's where they had their upsell things. Like if they got something in donated that was obviously worth more than the weigh and pay, it went over to that store where they would actually put a price tag on it and charge a more a better suited price for something of that quality or uniqueness. You know what I mean. So I went in there and I said, oh no, it burned down. And they said, yeah, it burned down over a year ago. Where have I been? Like, that's how long it's been since I've been out there. But mind you, I've had a busy year dealing with PBC and all that. They are going to rebuild. They've finally got the permission to. It's been torn down, and they have received permission to rebuild. So I was happy to hear that. All right, I'm going to go get the others. The one that burned down, their little shop, they had turned it into a Christmas shop, and everything was 50% off. And I already have a set of these. These are vintage, the little angels. And I have tiny ones that are bells. So these ones are a little bit bigger. The ones that I have that are bells are probably about this tall. And look how pretty they are. I just love them. So, and these are nice to have. She looks like she might. No, that's not nicked. I thought maybe it was nicked. Because I was pretty impressed that they all had their wings still intact. I want the house to look Christmassy this year, but I'm not going to, I'm not sure yet that I'm even going to put up our tree. And I did find another, a bell-snickle. So I thought he was rather interesting. I liked his pole with the little star on it and a little bell. He doesn't look grungy enough for me, so that might be a video that we do together when I grunge him up, and maybe maybe give him a little color, because I've already got a white bell-snickle. So I'm going to look over my bell-snickles, figure out what color I don't have, and we could most likely repaint this fellow into a color that I don't have, and also make him look a little bit, a little older and a little golder. Whoever owned him previously wrote 1996 on it, and he is either plaster or chalkware or anyhow, it says $1 there, but like I said, 50% off, so he was 50 cents. So I was happy for that, and he's not too big, because I have some that are huge, and I don't need any more huge bell-snickles. All right, I'm going to go get the rest. All right, so some of them are just this little store. I just wanted these vintage hollies. Oh, it's tangled up in this piece of lace. There we go. Hold on. I think I might use them this year and tuck them in around when I put all my bell-snickles out on display. And then I think when I put them away, I'll put them in with my junk journaling things, because I think these leaves would look nice sticking out the pages of a Christmas journal. But they're old, so I liked those. A new store in town, a new thrift store that had opened up, had laces and ribbons on just in a bin, and it said 4 for $1. And I just found 2 that I wanted. So I said, you can still charge me $1 if you want. And she said, no, 50 cents is fine. But I love this one because it's so old. It's kind of grungy looking, but certainly once you get into it, it's just a faded pink. So it's almost like a shell pink, and like it's a full ribbon. Pardon me, it's a full roll. So I was happy to find that, and then happy to find some flat lace. I think I've been using lace like this in Mrs. Fezziwig. So I was happy to find that. This little vintage card, it was on sale too. I didn't pay $2 for it. I forget what I paid. I like that somebody took the time to say sweet French card, because it is It's oh, I forget, sweat on the occasion of Christmas and on the New Year. So it's good. I don't know, wishes? Somebody who reads French, please tell me. I should know that by now. It's ringing a bell. Anyhow, it's one of the cards that we love that's on paper. If only they would still do that, they'd be less expensive, that's for sure, than what Hallmark makes now and charges $9 for. Got some more seam binding, so 50 cents. But anything green was 50% off and blue was 75% off, I think. I seem to recall. Anyhow, I did all right. Now this one I liked. This was from the store where everything was 50% off. So this was 50 cents and it's a bookmark. And I want to put it into, it's so elegant looking, it needs to go in Mrs. Fezziwig. As soon as I saw it, I thought that's going in Mrs. Fezziwig. Where is she? Here she is. So let's see where we should put her. Let's put it there. Beautiful. She would have something elegant like that with the little jewels at the top and the holly. Doesn't that look pretty? That's perfect. It needed to be in Mrs. Fezziwig. So that's in Mrs. Fezziwig. Maybe I'll find a way to... Oh, what's that? It says thank you. You know what? I might find a way to put that into Mrs. Fezziwig somewhere. I'll put that up here. Now I got 2 of these. These were 25 cents each. And you might think, why on earth did you get that? But they are so aged that they are yellowed around the edge. They're nice and thin, and they are absolutely perfect when you have a tuck spot. Look at that, they're just falling out of the book. When you have a tuck spot that you just want to put a little bit of journaling paper inside and maybe stencil on it a bit, but look at that, it was just already yellowed and blank and too full. Oh, was somebody drawing? Oh, somebody was drawing. Look at that. That's beautiful. What a good little artist. Well, that nose is quite interesting. Oh my. Anyhow, I personally, that thrills me. And what else have I got here? And I'm almost done here. Oh, found some more. I like, you know me, creamy colored ruffled lace. It wasn't $3. That might have been the other one that was 75% off that color. This I liked. Oh, Victorian Elegance photograph album. I've never had ones this size. And aren't they perfect little frames? And you can use both sides. Just run a knife through here and you can make it into a tuck spot and put a little picture in there. And it's just perfect. I love the size for putting a little pocket inside of a junk journal. I think I got 2. Yeah. A Victorian bouquet. So again, perfect little, these ones are all oval, which is fine. And different flowers around it. This would be suitable for an old-fashioned kind of journal for any time of year. The Victorians used flowers like this even for Christmas decorating. So I was happy to find those. And then, oh, that town has a Michael's now. So I was able to pop into Michael's. Michael's has, this month has a 40% off coupon. So for me, 3-in-1 up here is $21.99 plus tax. And so 40% off. I make use of it if ever I'm near a Michael's, because there's not one in my town. I'll run in even just to get 3-in-1. Fabri-Tac is $1 more, but I can't tell the difference. Now these I'm hopeful for. I think they are, if they are what I think they are, I'm very hopeful for them. $1.50, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books in here. I didn't have scissors with me. I can't believe it. Usually I've got a tiny pair of scissors in my purse. I'm hoping that this is lined paper, and that hopefully it's stapled. Where is the center? I guess I could look at the spine and see if it's stapled. There we go, stapled. Beautiful. All right, so I may experiment and try and tea dye one. They're nice and thin too. I might try and tea dye one, although they're already yellowing on their own. Perhaps I should just leave it be. I love these for in journals because they're already folded. They're already lined. Although these aren't vintage, they've obviously laid on somebody's shelf for so long that they've yellowed on their own. And I got 10 of them. So for $3, look at all the paper I got. All the lined paper. And what I also like about them, besides being pre-folded, is, yeah, see, they're already yellowed. I'm not going to tea dye them. I'm going to leave them as they are. There's no holes here, so I like that they're just ready to go. If necessary, I can either trim them down to fit the journal, or I can do tip outs with them. They're a nice length this way, or I can trim up and still leave this part up there. I'm just thrilled. When I found the one, and then I looked around on the shelf and found the other package, and that just made me very, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that one as well. Very good. So 2011. So no wonder it's, no, this one doesn't have the dates on the back, so who knows. Anyhow, so, and I think that's it. I think that's my thrift haul. But these are the ones that warmed my heart, so they'll go on to one of my little shelves that I have. And of course the bellsnickel. These are hard to find out in the wild. And when I look on Etsy for bellsnickels, whoa, they're rightfully so, they're expensive, because people will make them from chocolate molds. They'll make chalkware ones out of the old German chocolate molds, and then they'll hand paint them. So rightly so, they should be expensive. But I must say, I do like the challenge of finding bellsnickels out in the wild. And this guy, I don't have one. I don't have a bellsnickel that's carrying wood on his back. So they've usually got a sack with them and a Christmas tree. So this one's a little bit different, but he needs a little bit, he looks a little too brand new for me. He needs to look a little more worn out, and we can do that. And I'm going to do my best to remember to turn on my camera when I do it, and get him looking his age, because Father Christmas is an old soul. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this little thrift haul. I'm going to try not to do any more thrifting now till maybe the snow melts. I'm going to try and hunker in for the winter and just make journals and put them aside until our postal strike is over. It's still on, so there's not even any point in putting anything in my Etsy shop because I can't ship it. And yes, I know there's other ways to ship other than Canada Post, but I'll explain one last time that, no, it probably won't be my last time, but who am I fooling? Canada Post is the closest and easiest for me because I can walk to my post office, and I can't walk to where the Purelator or the UPS, or actually Purelator works through Canada Post. So no, not Purelator, but UPS or FedEx, or some Etsy users use a one called Chit Chats. But that's 2 towns over. There's no way I'm using that one. Even just the extra cost in time and gasoline to take a book over there, what I would have to add on to the price of a journal, not worth it. I'd rather hang on to them until postal strike's done and then put them into my shop. So there we go. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I do have a couple more things left that I want to put into Mrs. Fezziwig. I have some genuine stuff here that that I want to put in, and I want to find a place to put this little. It says thank you on it, so but it's all nice and naturally worn. It's all grungy, so I'm gonna find somewhere to put that. I can't resist that, and that beautiful color. So we'll do that together, perhaps tomorrow. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.